Hey everyone, it's Apache here and welcome back to another episode of Modded Megaquarium, the Brutal Mode campaign. Thank you very much for joining me today and continuing to show your support for the series. If you do enjoy this episode, please leave a like and a comment, and if you're new to the channel, don't forget to subscribe as well. So today we are going straight into Le Dufont. Turn a shabby warehouse into shabby chic. Let's see what this is all about. The denizens of bourgeois Le Dufont don't like anything too flashy, and they certainly won't stand for anything that isn't one of a kind. Due to this, you operate under a peculiar restriction in Le Dufont. You are only allowed one of each species. With this in mind, you have to craft an aquarium that is small but perfectly formed. Fortunately for you, the discarded items within this warehouse help you to get started. Unsurprisingly, upcycling is very fashionable in Le Dufont. Your goal is to reach rank 10 and attain a high daily revenue. Prove that the best things come in small packages. I think this level is actually going to be ridiculously easy in modded here, because we have access to the whole demoiselle pack, we have all the different damsels, we have loads and loads of very, very small fish that don't mind being on their own. So I think we're going to have maybe just one big tank with a few small ones around the outside. Not too big though, I don't want it to be crazy, but big enough to actually house a decent amount. Like, what do we have access to here? Which is going to be like the nice big stuff. Maybe even just, I mean, we've got a Belfast tank. We've got the deep sunken observer tank, which might be quite good. We've used those quite a lot though. Or we could go completely the other way. And I did say that I was going to use some of the really small stuff for drop-off tank and podium tanks. So do we have access to those? We have access to the podium tank. And these are really cool. They're just one by one. We're only seven space. But they're really nice and easy to get up and running. So yeah, maybe we go for something completely different, something I wasn't expecting to do. Do we have access to the drop-off tank straight away? No, we don't. Okay, so we're going to have to get the drop-off tank. So we're going to have to build this up a little bit first of all. But yeah, I think I'm happy to sell that off. I'm happy to try and place one little fish in here. So like the flame angelfish actually. So if we put the flame angelfish in there, you need 2 vegetation. So I mean, we can place in, I'm just trying to work out what we want to put in there. That might look a little bit silly. Let's get rid of that. Maybe we should just do the red algae. That looks alright actually, yeah, okay. We'll go for that. And so this is going to be our single item in this room. So we're actually going to bring all of this out. And this. We'll place a wall in down there. We'll get a staff door in, nope, not one of those. A staff door in there. I want to keep these around for now because I want to keep the live rocks. Although, no, because I'll get full money back for these and we can just buy the live rocks back. So that'll be alright. And then let's make a little conference area around here. In fact, we'll place this one against this wall to make it nice and easy to get to. And then let's just be a bit silly with this. Let's do couple of benches. We'll have an area over here with some of our vending machines. We have 2 chocolate vending machines. We have a bin which can go right next to a door. No, in fact the bin can go right in between the benches there. And then this can be overlooking these nice little bits just there. We've got a nice little scenery area there. So yeah, that's all I'm going to have in this, just to start off. Seems a bit silly, but hey, there we go. We've got a mixed tank, we have mixed display, and we have sturgeon fish. So we'll grab all of these. Lots and lots of base prestige from them once we get them. But for now, that's all we're going to have. We will grab a... let's see. We want pumps and stuff. So we don't have access to a large pump yet, we've just got the power pump. But we can place that there, we can add it onto there, and we can get... I suppose we don't even need this yet, but we might as well future-proof. We can add loads of these onto this one single thing. And we'll grab a double filter, why not? That's all it's ever going to need. And we'll get a green pellet. There we go. Okay, so we just need a member of staff. Let's look who we have. Xavier might actually be a good one to start with. He's expensive, and he does get even more expensive from here on in. But he can feed at decent rates, can fix at a very good rate actually. Talking he's actually pretty good at, and gift shop he's actually pretty good at as well. So we will go for that. He's the only member of staff we're actually going to need to start. And should we actually just have a look at the podium? We'll put a podium next to the podium tank, just for a bit of fun, and then we'll get the mic. I just want to play around with this because I'm sure this level is going to be so ridiculously easy. And we actually get some prestige from this, which is hilarious as well. So we'll go for that. We'll press start, we'll fast forward straight away, and we'll see how our one lonely little thing does. Are you actually going to grab people over? Yes, you are. Just. Okay, so yeah, we're getting a little bit of prestige from that. We'll get some prestige from this. We'll be making some money over here. So yeah, we just need people to actually look at this tank now. There we go. Excellent. So we will pick up straight away all the rank 1 stuff. So we'll go for the electric blue damsel first. Then we'll start off on all the demoiselles with the azure demoiselle. So we'll go for this one first. And then we'll set up another one of these. We can hook it straight on, and we'll put some of those in. We do actually want some form of science fish as well. What do we have in terms of science fish that we could add into one of these little podium tanks? The orange stripe prawn goby. We could actually have 2 of these in a single one of these, but maybe it's better. Oh no. This level, you can only have 1 of each. So we'll carry on with the azure demoiselle, and we might as well just stick this in now, so long as it doesn't need too much stuff in the tank with it. So we'll place that there. We will add it onto this tank, onto this pump, sorry, and then we will get the goby. So what do you actually need? You don't need too much actually, apart from the live mysis shrimp. And that is a pretty hefty investment this early on, but I think it should be okay. So we'll go for live mysis shrimp culture, and of course now that we've updated, that does actually need some zooplankton along with it as well. So we'll get the zooplankton as well. I'm actually going to put this on priority because you're going to desperately need to fill that up as soon as possible. We're going to go with a copper band toy shelf to start off with in science, because that is a very, very good money maker once it actually comes in. We don't need too much in here, so we're going to go for I think sea lettuce is probably one of the only 1x1 things. So we'll place that in. I know it doesn't look too good, but we've got some science input, and we've got some of the ecology input as well. So what I think I'm going to do now is leave this running for a while, and I'm going to get all of these tiny little small fish in here and get all of these researched, and then we'll slowly build out from here. So the next time you see it, we may have expanded just a little bit, but not too much, I don't think. So we've expanded quite a bit. We've added in another few of these tanks around here with various different things in them, some demoiselles and some damsels, some corals, soft corals, some hard corals, various different things like that, and got lights on them as well. And I've also added in some tetra tanks down here. We're tearing through the ecology research, which is good. That's most of the stuff we need is actually in ecology to get properly started on this level. I'm currently researching the Dulux toilets, and then I think I'm going to go for the large pumps if we can get them. That'll be the next thing, because I want to try and expand the size of the pumps, size of the tanks that we're using now. But because now we've got all of these in, I do have a drop-off tanks as well, I believe. Yes, we do have a drop-off tanks as well. We're actually size 18. We're a pretty decent sized tank, and of course we can get all of the various different vegetation and stuff we need in there as well. But now our staff are leveling up. I have had to get a few new members of staff just to make sure we're taking care of these. There's a lot of zooplankton needed. We are actually up to 468 at the moment, but I'll probably go up to 480 something, I think. But the addition of the gift shops, the tetra tanks, really has increased our ability to pump out money. So we're doing okay with that. So I've expanded out up here as well, and I've added in all of these pumps to make sure all of these are okay. And this is why I want some of those large pumps to cut down on the amount of these that we need. So back here I actually want to see just how big a space we're going to need for one of these big tanks. So if we have a look at these tanks, I want to know what's the biggest tank we have available to us, which is actually going to look pretty good with this. I mean, a Belfast tank is the obvious choice, but it's a bit vanilla for this. I'm actually of the opinion we might want to go a little bit crazy in this level. Now we tried. Actually no, I'm going to need like 76,000 for a full size megatunnel tank. Now it's possible we could get up to that. I could just leave this running for a while and we could just go like crazy for one of these megatunnel tanks. And where is it? Do we even have access to it? The Uber heater here. And we could get like, we'd need 3 of these, which would be another, I think these are 13 to 15,000 each. So that'd be another 45,000 on top of that. So, I mean, it's possible. We could do that. And I would love to do that and just basically cheese the hell out of this level with in modded here. We've got a good range of staff. And I think I'm happy with just the 4 for now. Obviously we do have a decent amount of tanks so far, but we are just going to expand on from here. I think so far as these go, the best tank we've got at the moment that we could use is probably this sunken deep observer tank, which is to this size. It's a decent sized tank. It's only 5,400 and it would allow us to drastically increase the number of fish in here that we have. But it would mean changing all of this around, and I think I only want to do a couple of refits in this place. So what we may do is just carry on leaving this going for a while. We are making decent amounts of ecology at least, but we will need to expand fairly quickly onto getting decent sized tanks. So yeah, I'm going to leave this running for a while, so you can join me back in a minute. So we're doing pretty good on the research front and on the money front, but I think we are now going to desperately have to expand to increase our prestige. So I've cleared out a little area here, and we're going to pause the game, and we're actually going to take this section of wall out, and we'll add just a wall tank in here. And this wall tank will allow us to have a fairly decent amount of stuff in this, but I think we're going to want sunken deep wall tank here, which will give us a lot of space. We'll drag that out to there. In fact, can that go bigger? I didn't actually try to drag it backwards. So if we want the sunken deep wall tank, yes, it will go backwards as well. Now we are actually one less than the biggest size. So if we do that there, we will grab this and put that around the other side somewhere there. Get rid of that bit of wall there. And there we go. There's like a maximum size wall tank. Now we are going to need some more filtration and everything in here. So we're going to actually move this over to there. And hope that this actually gets everything. No, okay, so it needs to be on that tank there. And that tank there. Okay. So we're going to need some area around the back here, I think. We're going to expand the staff area out to over here. Let's just do it all the way to there. We'll delete these bits there. We'll put platform and stairs. That gives us space for a feeder if we want one. And we can actually bring this around and down. We can have multiple feeders on if we want. And then in this tank now we have 168 space to add pretty much whatever we want. And there's a huge amount of stuff to put in there as well. So as you can see, there's all of these damsels. But what I do want to do, I want to have a look at some of these side objectives, because these are going to give us a decent amount of base prestige, which we are going to need. So in here, we're going to need a wimp, a scavenger, and a plant lover. So let's have a look what wimps we have. Coral Beauty would actually be a really nice one to have in here. We also have the porcupine puffer and the pajama cardinal fish. This likes to share with at least 0 different species of animals. Okay, but you are a plant lover, you are a wimp. So if we went for... I like the idea of having the Coral Beauty in here. Maybe we'll have both of them actually. We'll go for that and that. Now do you... Yep, you're fine with that. Just complaining about the heat. So if we add in a totally separate network for this one, I think. For now, and we can consolidate all of these different networks later on. I have actually researched the Uber filters and everything. And this is, what, it's 33,000 for that. It's probably not going to be good. So we'll grab a mega heater. That'll do for the heat. And I don't think yet I've got the mega double filters. So we're going to have to go with something a little bit smaller. If we go for a large double filter, I think this will be okay. Yep, that'll be fine. So next we want to have a look for a scavenger. We have a Mexican turbo snail and we have a reef urchin. Both of these should be okay. We've got someone that doesn't like light anyway. So we'll actually put both of these in. And that's all of that done. Excellent. There is our base prestige on. But we may as well come in and grab a Mexican turbo snail as well. And put one of those in. Now you need some of the vegetation and rocks and stuff. That's okay. But we do want to fill this up with other stuff as well. So let's just see what we don't have. We can't put bullies in. So that's all of those. That's also these two. But we could put in an orchid dotty back and a sunrise dotty back. So we'll go with one of those and one of those. We'll also go for... I mean, we can't have this one because it's a shoaler. But we can go with the black bar. That one will be okay. Now we can't have anything that will eat Oh, I'm not too sure what this is classed as, reef urchin, but I'm pretty sure this one's classed as a crustacean, so we can't have any crustacean eaters. We do actually have a mission as well for sturgeon fish. So will a sturgeon fish fit in here? Regal tang, nice and easy to keep. And the Achilles sturgeon fish, that one will. So we'll go for one of those. And the Achilles sturgeon fish, there we go. So that's actually 2 of the 3 sturgeon fish we need, and we can search for a new sturgeon fish in there, in the research. And then this last one we have soft coral, animals. So if we had 3 soft corals in here, let's actually put a soft coral in, see if there's anything that will eat it. So it's all of these ones. We've already got them in the other tanks, but oh, limited to 1 type of each. Right, okay. So we'd have to actually move it. Oh no, because some of these don't like lights. Okay, that will have to be another tank. Okay. So what else do we need in here? Just some vegetation. So if we go into here, we can make this tank look a little bit prettier. Let's do some eelgrass at the side. That's given us some space for a decor item down at the front. We'll call it a pirate chest, we'll go there. At the back I want a, let's say a pitted column, or got a rock column with mermaid fan. It's a little bit too big for the tank, but it does look quite good. And then in between we want a little bit more cave, sorry. So if we get a piece of small driftwood, I think, and place that on there, and then in between we can have some, we've actually got all this decor stuff down here. So we'll put the nets in, we'll put the gate in, and we've got some barrels as well. Put those in down here, and then I think we want some rocks in between as well. Or do we have live rocks? Yes, we do. So go for those, and maybe a little bit of kelp. Or we've got this bull kelp, haven't we? That's quite nice stuff. Let's go down, see what that's like. Oh, that's quite a nice tank. I like that. So the last thing we need with this is just some krill, and we've got everything else we need. So over here we can get some krill dispenser, place that down there, press play, and now everyone can come over here and see all these brilliant new species. What do we need? 2,000 to get to the next rank. Wow, okay. So we've got the cephalopod. We want a sturgeon fish. So I think they're going to be fairly low. And I'm not too sure how to identify them. So we'll go for, see if there's anything called a sturgeon fish. Well, it's a damsel. That's a clownfish. Let me just have a look through and see if I can see anything. So of course we do actually have the unicorn sturgeon fish here. It will fit in the tank, 108, when it's fully grown, and it looks like it will actually fit in. It doesn't look like it's going to attack anybody, so we're going to research that one next. And I think it's now just a matter of waiting to see, waiting for this one to be researched, and waiting to see what we need to do next, because we need this one for this quest, and then we're going to need an extra tank somewhere with these coral in it, and we're just going to have to move these coral out or research some new ones. So we've got a couple of level ups. We'll go for you and for you. How's our money looking per day? Of course we spent a lot there, 1.5, 1.7, 1. Down to 600 though at some points. There's the sturgeon fish. Okay, so we'll get a new load of base prestige here once this is in. So come here, scroll down to here, unicorn sturgeon fish, and you're in. There's that one done. Sturgeon fish exhibit is looking good. If we took out some of these that don't like the lights, because you don't like the lights, and you don't like the lights, I think that's it. So if we actually took you out, added you into a separate couple of these smaller tanks, then we could move all of these in, and that would actually give us the other quest as well. But no, I think I am actually going to make a new tank for that. We'll do that over here. We'll have, well, should we, or should we have it? We've got those tiny little tanks, haven't we? Let's have a look for that. Let's have a look for tiny. Do we not have them? Have we not researched them yet? Ah, no. Right, tiny wall tank. This will be the next one we research. And I've got a science thing running every day. Well, 2 science things running every day. So we've got a decent amount of science coming in. I'm using the talks to really bolster the amount of money, well, not money, of science we have coming in. What do I want next? We may get a chrysal tank at some point. I think we're just going to keep on going for the early stuff. Try and get as many different species as we can. And yeah, I'm just going to leave this to run for a bit now. So I think I'd like to get a little central bit in here with a drop-off tank. So if we go for a drop-off tank here, and pause the game for a minute, and we'll add this in like that. So that the top of it is very much like one of these, and then the bottom of it is like 2 deep. And then in here we can add in some of this drop-off scenery. So I'm going to go for the coral stuff here. And so that will go like that. And this is actually how you're supposed to use this, because we've only just seen the basic topic. If we come down to actually mouse look mode here, this is the bit we've seen just sticking out of the ground here, but it actually goes all the way underground, and this is what it looks like at the bottom. So this is how you're supposed to use it. It's not how I've used it so far. Sorry to the mod creator about that. But yeah, this is what it looks like. It's brilliant. I love this stuff. I love it for normal tanks as well, but finally being able to use it for exactly how it's supposed to be used is really good. We're going to show off the comet in this one. We've got a comet here. It's only size 7. This is a size 18 tank, but it's a little bit fussy with its needs, so it can't fit in one of these podium tanks. However, it can go in here. This is going to need to be attached to the network though, so I'm hoping that we can get something to fit. We're having to use these power pumps at the moment, unfortunately, but yeah, that will work to attach it onto there. I've moved everything over, I've consolidated all of this down, and we've put in an Uber heater here, so we're never going to have to worry about our heating again for any of this. Only if we do end up getting one of those really big tanks will we ever have to worry about it. So that's him in. Should be nice and secure in there. And we have a podium here, which is actually giving us some amount of prestige. However, I'm going to change this over because we have... Oh no, the comet is actually just science. I thought that the comet gave you prestige in the talk, and it doesn't. So I actually want to move this over to here and see if we can get anything better over here. And it looks like, yeah, we can get the regal tangs, which gives us 8 instead of 6. So I think that will be good there. All of these talks are giving us the science at the moment, so maybe it would actually be better to give us this one instead. And instead of basic aquarium talk, we don't want that. We want comet. Make sure this is... no. This should be on blue tubular sponge. Okay. Yeah, that's all of those set up properly. And so now we should be getting a lot more science output out of this and a lot more prestige output out of that one. I've been thinking about what else we can add into here to give us a bit more prestige, because I do want to try and get to rank 9 because it is going to open up the large things for us. We know that we can't use these to gain prestige. I think we can use this one though, the taxidermied swordfish. So we'll add that to the wall there. But I did want to add in, is it the tables? Yeah, the display cases. Here we have, wow, we're getting through this research really nice and quickly now. We have a number of different things here. Custom rocks. I don't think I've ever seen these custom rocks. So many of them. Wow. Yeah, look at these. And you can just place... Oh, wow, okay, you can just place these down. They look really cool. Okay. Wow, okay, I like that. You can just make your own scenery around. Ooh, that would be really cool. I haven't even looked at the roofs or anything in this yet. The kind of multi-level stuff that was supposed to be in from Toxo. Toxo, if you're watching, let me know which mod that is. Do I have it installed? And if not, give us a shout, because I do want to try that out. We need these fixed as soon as possible, because we're going to start losing stuff otherwise. Does that mean that we don't have somebody who's good at fixing? Let's just get somebody who's really good at fixing and can just be our fixer. Yvette might actually be really good here. And we'll make sure that you are focusing on fixing. Okay, there we go. They're being fixed. And yeah, that looks like we're not got quite enough redundancy on there. We could add in a load of stuff over here with a little staff door through. But actually, I was going to put a new tank in over here. But I think that is something we're going to have to do next episode. So I did want to try and get to rank 9 this episode, but it is running on a little bit long now. So I'm going to do all of this research between episodes, so we've got that all done. I might actually expand this out and do a little bit of painting as well, and try and work out exactly how I want this set out for the level. I've got a few different ideas at the moment, but I want to try and cement at least one of them in my head before we carry on. So yeah, thank you very much for joining me today. If you did enjoy this episode, please leave a like, comment and subscribe on the video and to the channel, and I will see you next time. If you enjoyed this video, please consider supporting me by subscribing to the channel and liking and commenting on the videos. Thanks. See you next time.